Hey, welcome again to When the Right One Comes, the men's edition, emanating. Used to say that when I was a kid, emanating from. We are here at the groundbreaking podcast studios in Farmington, Michigan, right outside of Detroit, and I'm so excited to bring programming right here. And we've opened, and so if you want more information, groundbreaking, the information is on there. GB Podcast Studio. .com. You can come in here wherever you're from. Come on in and be a part of our family here. You don't have to be a Christian. Some people say you got to know. We take all content. There's some rules of the house, but we take all content. So come on in and let us service you. We're talking again, part 2. But I want you to do me a favor. I want you to like and share this. Like and share this. The thumb, like it, share it. Because we're building our podcast viewers here on When the Right One Come. I'm Bishop Greg Davis, your host and curator, as they say. If you don't listen to me on Clubhouse, Monday, 7 days a week, 3 o'clock p.m. on Clubhouse, and then Sundays is at 12:30. Be a part of our Clubhouse When the Right One Comes family. And we have one of our lead moderators, as we call them on Clubhouse here. And welcome back, Absolutely. Prophet Michael, Bishop.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
And congratulations again. I call him Bishop Prophet because he flows in both. Welcome back. And then Prophet Pastor Luther McKinstry, my friend.
Yay, sir.
Welcome back.
Man, thank you. Glad to be
here. Welcome. I thank y'all for flying in for this. And then, of course, locally here in Detroit, Inspirational Rob, Pastor Rob.
My man.
Good to have you, man.
Good to be here, man.
We're talking and y'all went at it, so we had to make this is part 2. So welcome back. So let me again, the subject is, why do men waste women's time? Some women, some men, nothing is complete. I'm guilty of it. Know that it's not going any further. But I always, gentlemen, preference it by saying to a person, I've never said to the person, I never let them on. I'm like, no, I'm not ready for a relationship. And really what that means, I'm not ready for a relationship with you. It's not going any further. And I try to make myself feel good about it because I've told them when I really feel it's unfair. I'm just going to put all the cards on the table. I think it's unfair to tie somebody's life up, because wouldn't you all agree that most women, they want to be in a relationship?
Yeah.
Most women. So we tie up
and they want to be married.
And they want to be married. And it's not that I don't want to be married to you. When a lot of men say that I don't want to be married to you, I don't want to be in a relationship with you, I don't want to go any further with you, I don't want to do this with you. You got to listen to the words.
Right.
They're not saying
not at all
that they don't want it in life. They saying I don't want it with you.
When they say I don't want no commitment right now.
I don't want no commitment right now. That means you have not grabbed their attention to make them want to have a commitment. Mm-hmm. Lean in. When men talk, I said this for almost 2 years on our virtual piece. When a man says certain things, he's not saying, because then you get mad and angry because you see him doing what he say he didn't want to do with you. But there will be a man that will do and say what you want them to say. He's just not that man. Mm. And so stop wasting time with somebody that's wasting your time. That's a clip right there. That's a real. Yeah. Stop wasting your time with somebody. Y'all like and share this. Luther, instead of wasting their time, and y'all got to look at the last episode, because these two right here, these right here, these two, they never met, but they know each other now. Luther, why can't we just wait? Why we got to occupy our space with somebody? I know for me, it's been because of loneliness. When you stop doing all this and life sets in, that you live by yourself, why can't we just wait?
You said it, because some men, when they have one of those nights,
Yeah, them nights will get you in trouble, bro.
Them nights get you in trouble.
Yeah.
And
One of them nights got me in trouble.
should get to scrolling and
Them
say,
nights got me in trouble. Got me on Larry Reed. Hey, Larry. Thanks for your donation. You gave the most, by the way. See, I tell my own. Y'all ain't got to tell it for me.
Right.
That's good.
Come on.
There you
Right.
go.
You tell your own, then you get rid of all that.
Hello.
J.O., because he sure kept it a secret, though. But no, but to my point is that some men who just don't, they have those moments, and when they have those moments, they have that one to come fulfill that moment, and they can go about their way. Because there are some people that I know who, even to the point, Rob, that they don't even allow them stay past double digits.
You know something like that?
What does that mean?
Meaning, you're going to have to get out of here by 10 o'clock. That's double digits. By 10 a.m., you're gone. Some of them are like, even I don't care if in the middle of the night, I'll put you in an Uber. You got to go. I'm going to stay in this bed by myself. But you got something like, got that rule. You can't stay past double digits. It's time for you to go.
Wow.
Claiborne, why can't we just wait? As a man.
Can't
or won't.
That's the more better. Because can't is, do I have the capacity and ability to wait? We can. It's called discipline.
Do we?
It's called discipline. And to
But
think
do
that,
we have that?
Yes,
So politically correct.
Because men have.
But he's saying what I was saying last episode.
I know I'm about to change now.
We got to switch up. Because well, come on over to the.
I ain't
you
trying,
on the dark side. Come
No,
on over
I
to
ain't coming over there. I am not. Because here's the thing. We have the capacity to wait. You don't want to wait. That's the difference. It's not that you don't have some discipline. Men have discipline. Women don't like to believe that men have discipline, but we have discipline. We have discipline if I don't want you.
Some men.
So if I don't want you. However, wanting to wait is a different situation, and we don't want to. And the thing about it is, here's the thing, Bishop. We don't have to.
Because there's so many options out
Because there is so many options out here, and there are women that don't want to wait either.
Especially if you live in Houston and Atlanta now.
Yeah, because all the theys and thems, they don't got much to choose from. Hey, Bishop, I was just thought it was so funny. You know what some women are saying right now? Oh, thank you, Luther, for giving us that. I'm not leaving the house until it's 10:30.
You got to go.
You got to go.
You got to go.
So is that a clue when a man asks you politely, can you be gone by a certain time? Is that a clue your value?
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's a good question. That was a good question.
Of whose value?
But some of them
Of
don't
the
do
woman's
that.
value to that man. Listen to the question. If I ain't got nothing to do and I'm not letting you lay around, and you got to go by double digits, is that a clue of your value to me in my life?
It could be. It could be.
Or you
Or it
just
could
want
be
to-
his
It ain't no
boundary.
could be.
Or it could be his boundary.
It
It
ain't no
could
could
be
be.
a boundary for him.
That ain't no-
See, because we still have this mindset that men are just dogs. And
Ladies,
we're going to stay
ladies,
in it for hours
Yo,
and nights and all night
ladies,
long.
if he giving you that double digit stuff, you have no value in his life.
That's not true.
No, okay, man.
You have no value.
Fellas,
so
hold
men
on,
can't
here
have
we go.
balance.
Let me
Ray,
help the
put the
fellas
camera
out.
here.
He says he helping the one out. Let me help the fellas out. Fellas, have your best friend call you and say you got an emergency. You got to get ready to go.
They're giving you all the game.
No, but I'm not giving them no game. Here is the thing, and I wish we got to bring him one time. If my friend Hubert was here, he would be fine. Because women can have all. If a woman put me out at 10, I'm not supposed to think nothing, but respect her boundary. If she put me out of the double digits, I have to respect that and take nothing of it. It don't mean she don't like me. She just don't want to go past a certain time. But if a man say that, then it's a game. No, I put on a boundary. 10 o'clock is the boundary. You got to go.
I think it's telling, though.
you
I
didn't-
do think it's telling on either side.
They didn't answer my question.
I know.
I'm going to ask you. If a man puts a woman out by a certain time and he puts all his mind, does that equate to the value that he has with her?
No.
I think in most cases it does, and sometimes it's just perception. See, if you want somebody and you love them and you want that lasting relationship, don't send those those messages, those subtle messages, and it ain't so subtle to the woman.
What about the woman that says, "Oh, you got to go before my kids wake up in the morning"?
Well, you hear it all the time.
Oh, you
hold
gotta
on.
go
That's
fix kids
legitimate.
in the
That's
morning.
legitimate.
What
Children.
about a woman that
legitimate
puts you
reason.
out?
You don't want the children.
There's women who put you out
You
there
don't-
regardless.
double
of
digits.
If you said with
You're
children,
reaching.
Without kids.
You're reaching.
Wait, without kids. No, there are
You're
women.
reaching.
There are women who
Yeah,
have
but
said
I agree, yeah.
for 12 o'clock. Like they don't want.
Yeah, but y'all doing what they do. I want us to stay focused.
So okay, so then
y'all
as
not
a
answering
man,
the question.
so as a man, I don't think it's a telltale sign. I think-
Okay, Luther, straight and point. Let me break it down from the value thing. A woman that you really don't want, she got to go faster. Tell the truth. Than a woman that you really into. Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Yes,
it's telling.
See,
It's
you
telling.
answered my question a different way.
but that shouldn't be the. That's not the only thing. It's not the only.
If you are into a woman,
I don't care. She can
You
stay around
want
as
her
much as she
around.
want. She'll
it's-
stay around as she wants.
ladies,
all you want.
if you are
You don't gotta
into
go
a
nowhere.
woman, she has no double-digit limits. If a man is into you, he is not putting you out. Matter of fact, he gonna want you to stay.
Yeah.
And he go, and some men be like,
Stay
"Hey,
in
I gotta get
my
ready for this
corner."
meeting, so I'm about to jump in the shower. So call me later on."
Hold on.
Why can't I stay while you jump in the shower?
What's that? What's that?
Some guys will say like, "Hey, I got a meeting I got to get to. I'm about to jump in the shower. So why don't you? I'll call you later on." And that's the way they be trying to get them out the house too as well.
Well, it's telling. It's still telling. Those are signs, man.
So y'all are saying, y'all two are saying.
Y'all just said it too, but y'all didn't like
Y'all
the way I
didn't-
put it.
that's- right.
So are y'all saying if a man put any boundaries in place
No.
in terms of in terms of
That's not what
time,
we're
Because
saying.
I like
Wait,
my
We're
space.
talking about a
Wait.
specific thing.
So in terms of time, if a man puts a boundary in place in terms of time, he's not interested in you.
I'm not saying that he's not.
What's the telltale
I'm
sign?
not. You said time.
Time. If I put a boundary on time, that you have to be out of my house by 12 o'clock. That doesn't mean. Are you saying that means
I said
he's
it
not
doesn't.
interested?
I said it doesn't have to say, but it's a sign.
What's the sign?
The sign is that I'm not valuable enough to stay.
Wait, okay. Again, if a man puts a boundary on a time, you're saying to these women that she doesn't have the value?
Not always, but that will be perceived by that woman almost every time.
Right. But if she does it the other way by 12, we can perceive it that way.
I would. I could. But what I'm saying is, but he brought up about the children, whatever. You know, a woman, it's like this with a woman. A woman is this creation that's beautiful. And I'm not blowing smoke, but when a woman says, you know, I want you out of the house by a certain time based on this, something that you should leave. And it's how you ask them too. Mm-hmm. You don't say, I'm going to take a shower. You can't do that. I'm about to go take this shower. I'll see you tomorrow. You can't do it like that. If you're going to do it, you can't do it like that, Luther.
I'm doing it like that.
But you didn't say
you
that
got
you
women
did.
who do it.
You said people
You
do
got
it.
women who do it
Women do it all the time.
all the time.
What?
all the time.
I'm about to leave.
I'm about to jump
I'm
in the
about to
shower.
jump in the shower.
I'm about to get myself together. About to get ready because I gotta go.
Yes.
Okay, so what about, could it be some of those women, they put a value on not staying?
Space while they're getting themselves together to get ready to get out the house.
And they don't want you there all night long.
What I'm saying is if a woman says I gotta go, I'm gonna shower, and I'm gonna leave, on that night, could it be that though that is a boundary, I'm not, for a respecting or a value thing, I'm not gonna stay the night. A guy don't care about that. You can stay the night, there ain't no value of that, you can stay all night. It's not about boundaries in that regard, like my values and it could just be your upbringing. Don't make it wrong if you stay necessarily, but it could be their values, their sense of value. Women might have those kind of values. I don't know a guy that has
See,
that
that's
kind of
my
value.
problem. What you saying again, Rob?
I don't think guys have the value.
But we should, and it's okay.
So Rob,
if we
let
do.
me, Rob, let me ask you this
I didn't
question.
say that they should,
Rob, let me
But
ask you
it's
this question.
okay if we do have a
Rob,
boundary
let
that
me ask you
doesn't
this question.
mean anything different.
Well, let me ask Rob this question. When do you get your best sleep? When you're in bed by yourself or somebody in there with you?
Somebody in there with me.
Wow. Okay. What would you, man?
When somebody's in there,
I don't.
that's because you're crazy.
I am. I'm touched. Touched by an angel.
Because anybody that I know, you talk to any single person or been married or whatever, you feel more secure.
Oh, no doubt.
Secure? How you and man feel secure?
No,
because you got a
secure
woman
with
in it?
somebody being there with you. I don't mean security as
Secure.
far as somebody breaking in or nothing like that. No, you do. You weird. He's weird. Next question.
So, Luther, you've been married before, right?
Yes, twice.
Okay, so, well, okay, you travel, right?
Absolutely.
When were your most lonely nights? At home
when I
with
get
your
done,
wife?
when I get done preaching.
Hold on, I'm talking about, I ain't asked the question. That's the question I asked. The question I'm asked, of course.
Okay.
And that's part of the problem too. So, but what your most lonely nights when you're there with your wife, or when you're on the road and you at the hotel in the bed? Or let me put it this way: when is your most lonely day?
Well, let me tell you something. My second marriage, man, my first wife, I was gone all the time.
Right.
Okay. And I got home when I got home. Mm-hmm. But also she didn't make it to where I want to be at home. Mm-hmm. Okay. But my second wife, man, I was preaching and getting up out of there, hurry to catch that next flight trying to get home.
Yeah.
And if I could catch a late flight if I had a nice service,
Right.
I'm trying to get home.
Right.
And so
The conditions matter.
The conditions
do matter.
Absolutely. So she made it to where I wanted to come home. It didn't bother her one way or another if I came home or not, because because she knew she wasn't being a hindrance on what I love to do, because she traveled too, because she was a singer. So when she was on the go, she understands busy. But the thing is, I wanted to get home.
And that's a good thing. I think that with time, talk about time again, spending time. I think time separate, away from one another, in a relationship, you pursuing that woman and she's into you too. I think there's something to be said about spending some time away from each other. I think every healthy relationship needs that, whether it's in the beginning or the end. Now, in the beginning, you're so full of emotions or whatever else, and you just, if you want to be every moment. But I think even in that early inception, I really believe at the beginning, you still need to spend that time away from
Let me pivot. When do you realize, Claiborne, that you are wasting their time?
When it's a consistent tension, we're not really enjoying each other's company. This is a waste of time. We're always at each other. There's always what we call the intense fellowship. It's just a waste of time. Or the second piece is, I'm here, but it's like, I don't want to be here. But here's what people fall into. And men do this a lot. We feel bad because there's really nothing wrong. Mm-hmm. She hadn't done nothing wrong. She hadn't said nothing wrong. But I'm just not feeling this. This is not going to go anywhere. But the guilt sits in, how do I get out of this? And some men, it takes longer to get out. And if we're not careful, we start moving away, that now she is agitated. She's aggravated.
Oh, yeah.
She's pissed off. So now you created an environment that you didn't want to exit this way. Because now there's a whole fight and argument of who you cheating with and so on and so forth. And it really was never like that. So we stayed too long. But we instead of when you start feeling those moments, now I'm not saying in the beginning, because sometimes in the beginning it could have been, all right, they may not be solid emotions. So you got to make sure they're solid. But when you know that this is just where you are every day, if you don't get out, you're wasting her time and your time. And you're definitely, or you're going to create an environment that's going to be bad.
So is it possible that the man or the woman can create that tension to get out?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we know that's been the whole thing of he want to go play golf with his boys, so he started arguing.
Don't talk about golf now.
Okay, that's your thing, my bad. But I'm going to tell on him. So they start the argument just so he'd be like, well, I'm just going out. But really, that was the whole plan from the beginning. So, is there some guys that create an environment to... We don't have to be sloppy, but he may be sloppy because she gonna find out and she gonna get mad and she gonna leave, which makes it easier for him. He don't have to be accountable because you left me. When in reality, he wanted you to leave. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times we play those games. We stay too long.
Mm. So you want to add to that?
No.
So let me ask you this. Why can't we just walk away?
It's so hard.
Because sometimes,
I mean, we know that's
sometimes we
not
know.
gonna
Guilt.
Yeah, we do have a heart.
We do.
No,
Yeah,
men,
yeah,
they don't think we do.
yeah, man. We don't
don't
want to.
think
We don't
we
want to crush them to the lowest common denominator. We don't want to do that.
I do believe that, but we don't have the skills though a lot of times to do it right.
There's some who don't have the skill, but there's some that know how to gradually slide away, and then to the point where they either get the hint.
No,
or
but
they just
see,
I'm good.
that's that prolonged thing again. Though he's saying, why can't you just leave? Say, hey,
because
this is not
we know
working.
that's going to crush them.
But that
And then
sliding
we
away
don't
ain't
wanna-
never
we-
been the
we don't
answer
wanna-
though.
we don't want to create
But
enemies.
the longer you
Say
stay,
the problem just
the
grows.
longer you stay.
You can create an enemy.
But
either way.
you're still figuring out your
But
exit.
it's
wound.
getting
Your
deeper
exit-
though.
It's exit
It's
strategy.
getting
huh?
deeper.
It's
Isn't it
getting deeper. And
No,
worse.
it's not getting deeper because you already started.
Not with you.
No, no, because you're already withdrawing, and she noticed the withdrawal, and now she's complaining.
See,
like,
but then
"You're
I don't-
not
I don't
doing this no more. You're not doing
I
that
don't
no
think
more."
that's-
I don't
that's-
think every woman. I don't
But
think every woman
you say,
recognizes it. I've had women.
so you said pull the band-aid, just pull the band-aid.
No.
No, I'm not saying anything. I didn't answer it yet.
Right, okay, because what he's saying is,
I was
sometimes
talking
we
about
like
old
to
man.
ease that band-aid.
I was talking about old man. You don't pull.
he's
I was talking about old man. You don't pull your head out of the lion's mouth too fast.
Too
You-
fast,
you
right?
get-
That's what he's saying.
Right, that's what I'm
That's what he's saying. Don't. Put,
But is that
like,
a man thing? That's really not the truth. That it's gonna hurt no matter when you pull it.
It's gonna hurt, but we try to ease the hurt.
Yeah, it's not gonna be as bad,
Right. If I pull that band-aid,
Because you got some that would be very vindictive, man.
yes.
Who would try
Well,
to?
you playing with fire anyway.
Either way you look at it, you in trouble.
You're playing with fire anyway.
It's gonna hurt either
I
way.
do.
I mean,
Some guys don't care. They don't have. See, you guys are talking from the standpoint of got something to lose.
Right.
A lot of men don't care. They're not influencers. They don't lead people. They don't have money. They don't have cars, cash, and cribs, as my pastor says. Shout out to Pastor Ken Law. Cash, cars, and cribs. You don't have all that. So for them, don't act like that before y'all knew it. Anybody knew y'all, other than your mama and them. That
pull
y'all.
the band-aid that fast.
But yeah.
Claiborne, you was the man. I don't even believe that. I don't even believe that. I believe you walked away so
They
fast.
gonna cry. They gonna cry either way.
He don't care.
But they're gonna cry either way. But I do
But there's
believe.
some that I give warnings to, and I let them know. All right, come on, keep on. And then there's some like, I'm done. And then they keep coming back. I'm
Because
done.
done don't never equal done to them.
Right, done to them.
That's
and then
why
they
I'm
keep
saying-
on coming. I'm done. Then they keep on coming. There's one I kept saying, I'm done. You showing me some behaviors
I'm
I
out
do
of
not
here,
like.
and they
I'm
keep showing
done.
up.
They keep showing up. Okay, I told you I'm done. Then they want to flip on. I told you I was done.
It's
Yeah.
never that easy.
I
But when
checked
they
out.
but when they say that, we can't handle it. But so we flip out. We flip out worse.
Tell me you done.
No, but they keep coming, and we keep letting them back in.
Yeah. But you talk about ripping the. See, I think there's a difference with ripping this Band-Aid off. No, you don't do that. That's what a lot of guys will do. They rip the Band-Aid off. Ripping the Band-Aid off is like one day up, usually I'm gone. That's ripping the Band-Aid off. But doing it the right way is kind of like a mix, you know what I'm saying, a balance of. If I believe you should never prolong a relationship that's over by saying, don't ease out. But I do believe you need to set them down, talk to them. Listen here, speak from your heart. Tell them exactly.
But what if they don't
what I'm saying,
recognize their self-defeating behavior?
No,
Because
but
I had
what I'm saying-
one before that did not recognize their
I get
self-defeating
that.
behavior.
I get that.
And they always want, no matter what you say, they're not going to let you finish. No matter what you say.
I've heard you say this with many though.
Well, that's the reason why I walked away, because it's self-defeating behavior.
But
and they don't want to listen. And then they want
That's
to
a
reverse it
lie.
back on you.
That's a lie.
Saying, well, you, this, that.
They gonna
But
be
what
what
I'm
about
saying,
you?
but what I'm saying, that's
There is a reaction off of every action.
Yeah.
And
But
I let
Luther,
them know that's the reason why I'm reacting the way I am, because your action.
Claiborne, sometime it is us. Oh, it's quiet in here. Sometime it is us. And sometimes we the self-defeating ourselves. It is. See, when we talk
Man, I
about
just want peace.
when we talk about listen,
creeper.
when we talk about they toxic, who's they? I'm like Edward. Who the hell is they? when Edward Eddie Long's friend, who the hell is they? Who is they that keep talking.
Them.
Some of it is us. Some of it is us. When we talk about, we're leading women on.
Yeah.
I don't care. Let's cut to the chase because we're almost done. We leading women on. When we say that we with a woman that we really don't want, we're leading them. They are space fillers. They're filling the space until somebody else comes.
There are some, absolutely.
And we're not disciplined. That's just the bottom line.
And that hurts too.
And I can't say dog no more because he gave the most eloquent definition of a dog. All right, that must be a thoroughbred dog,
not a mutt.
and not a bastard, not a mutt. As for the other dog, the alley dog, for the alley dog, no, I mean, let's face it, y'all. We're leading people on. We know we don't want no more than sex with them, or we don't want. We just some of it. They're good looking and they're eye candy to go places with. But they have no intellectual
But what about the ones that
stimulation.
started good, but there was so much that happened that you checked out, and then you're good.
Because
there's times where you started good.
And you
I've
had
been in a
intention.
situation where I started good
Okay.
until all the toxicity with them, and I'm
And
checked
you-
out.
You want to know? You want to know what my thing about
The
that is?
attention
I
was
know
there.
what it does.
You know what the thing is about that?
There's always warning before destruction.
No, we ignore the flags, the red flags. We ignore it. We just like when we ignore the flags because we.
Or do we try to work through their flags?
No,
Yes.
yeah, and you can't do that. You can't do that. That the flag is what
Thinking
it
they
is.
may change.
Yeah, but it don't mean that they're not good.
They're just not good for you.
They're just not good for us.
Yeah.
And we try to make things because one man's trash
But then
Another
is
man's-
another man's come
So
up.
then how am I wasting your time? If my
You're
intention-
wasting your time
Wait.
because you saw it.
Well, if my intention was this relationship was going to go somewhere. My intention was that
Yeah,
this
but you should have
relationship-
got. There's some flags.
The signs,
There's
yeah.
some signs that are irrevocable.
No question. You know I say that all the time.
Hey, man, let me tell you something.
God Almighty! Woo!
Hey, but you know what though, Claiborne?
What?
There's three people that folks that really know me that they gonna have to get through. Pat McKinstry,
Absolutely.
my oldest daughter, and my cousin Cherie. And one time, my cousin looked at this one girl and says, "His mother's not gonna approve of you. You're not a wife for him." And
But did you keep on?
and I kept on because I
No,
kept
say that louder. You did what?
I kept on because I was trying to show her that the way you're doing things, you don't have to do it that way.
You were trying to show the girl that?
I was trying to show her the things that you're doing.
So you think
because
she gonna
let me
change?
but let me tell you
You think
why.
she gonna
But let me
change?
tell you why. Because she said, this is what she said, I'm not experienced in relationship because I have not been taught well. She said, I've not been taught well
you
by my
respond to
mother
that?
and
Oh,
all
so
that.
that's why you-
Right, she said, if you can teach me and show me. That's what she said. She said, teach me and show me.
You taught
So
her too, didn't
I tried to stick on in there. But it just, I tried to. But
That word.
I seen it could went somewhere. But then after a while, you're just not trying to change.
So you said
You
you,
just
try
be
to
good.
stick it in there. Did you say what you said?
He didn't say
Stick. No, I stick with it
Not stick
You
it
said
in
stick in there.
in the relationship.
Oh, I thought you said. Okay.
In the relationship.
Okay.
I know
okay.
where your mind is at. Okay. In the relationship.
The problem is they don't have the capacity.
No.
No matter what they
They have
say.
the ability, but they don't have the
No.
capacity.
But you didn't respect that though.
No,
Was that she told you that?
I respect that she told me that. I
disagree
respect
with
that she
No,
told
no,
me
no.
that.
Let's go back. They don't have the ability. They don't have the ability.
Okay, they don't have the capacity, but they
don't have
have the
the
capacity,
bandwidth.
but they don't have the ability.
They don't have the ability.
Okay. They have the
they're not-
capacity, but they don't have the
They're
ability.
not able to do it. They may want to. How many things have we wanted to do and let's just face? That's just not our thing.
No, but some people do have the ability. They just don't do it.
That too.
I don't know about that.
They just don't do it.
Ability means that you can.
You can do it. You can perform
Yeah,
it.
but
You can perform it. They can
And
do
you
it, but
can
they
turn
just
it
don't
off
put
and
their
on.
mind to
They
it.
don't
but
want
they-
it.
to
but
do
the
it.
capacity is
The
different.
capacity starts here, though. You don't have enough to speak to the ability to do it.
That's right.
Your capacity speaks to the ableness to do it.
Absolutely.
Your mind says capacity is here.
And you can develop that capacity.
Okay, so then they don't have the capacity. They have the ability, but they don't have the
Okay, I'll
capacity.
go there. I'll go there. How much, and we're closing, how much, if you're enjoying this, put in the comments and share this tell somebody about this, all right? Because this right here, if these two programs did not help you, then something's wrong. If you gonna keep going through the same thing and men telling you that they dogs. No, I'm just saying. According to Luther's definition,
we're loyal.
Loyal. Uh-huh. How much does type have to do with?
Time. Absolutely.
With time?
Type.
Has to do with.
This is your type. So you put up with foolishness longer.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know it ain't gonna work. They hell on wheels.
But
they're your type.
But they're your type.
I never forget a friend of mine who passed away. Bishop,
That's my type.
Bishop, I never forget a friend of mine who passed away. I loved him so dearly. He got off the phone with the girl that he was so much in love with. She was his type and everything. And this is what he said to me. I said, man, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your time? And this is what he said. He said to me, have you ever been with something that you really love but you know it's not good for you?
Absolutely.
And that's what his thought was. He said,
it's the same
man,
with
I love her,
food
but
that
I
you
know
know
she's,
ain't no
but
good
he
for
said, I know she's not good for me.
Yes.
And that's why a lot of guys keep going back. They leave, but go back. Because she's my type. They remarry them sometimes. I'm not saying that's a wrong thing, but that's my type. And so I go back. I'll put up, you're right. We'll put up some stuff if that's my type. You'll put up with some stuff.
You'll put up
with stuff. And so
And maybe you need to go find another type.
Absolutely.
Another type or another one that's
but see,
a
that's
type like her.
You don't believe type, and what you need can match?
Yes.
Yes.
It takes longer.
It's harder to find.
It's harder to find. Because most of the time, in my case, my type so far obviously is not proven to be my need.
Well,
because you know how some man, this is no against women. You know, some men be like, man, I'm tired of dealing with these light skinned women. I'm gonna go get a doctor. The light skinned women, they crazy as a railroad lizard trying to cross a track.
He's starting something.
Them light skinned ones are crazy as a railroad lizard trying to cross the tracks.
Crazy. Hey, Ray, is it time yet? Huh?
Let me get me a darker one. They more solid in the mind.
Look at the time that
I'm going brown.
I'm on the phone.
Wow. Look at the time.
I ain't said nothing. Don't send no comments to me.
We got more questions, but we ain't got no more time.
I'm sick of them light skinned women. Sick of them. They have drove me crazy. I'm going brown.
I told somebody last night, and I don't believe in ugly or nice, but I said I'm going ugly.
And I bet you they know how to cook too.
I'm going ugly.
They know how to cook too.
Size 34.
I ain't sitting across
size
the table.
34 dresses.
Wait, you go all the way up.
But I told a good friend of mine, and he was, and always going after the best looking one and all that kind of stuff, you know. And that's okay, but you shouldn't be more than the type.
He's not talking about me.
It should be. No, I ain't talking about Bishop. I ain't talking about Bishop. You know what I'm saying? But and I told him, I said, man, but you know, at your age, man, why don't you just, you know, you don't have to have that one.
He's not talking about me.
I ain't talking about you. And I said, but you know what I said? Find somebody. First, look for the need and somebody that can actually, that's compatible with you, right? And then start looking at, you know what I'm saying? But they can come in a package. It's just harder to find. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I'm like, at a certain age, you got to start making some compromises when it comes to when it comes to
what's the population? As you say, what is the population out here in the world? How many are they out in the world?
Bishop don't believe in no compromise.
I don't believe in compromise.
No,
Bishop, how many?
8 billion, and you can't. You mean to tell me there are 8 billion people in the world, and you can't find exactly what you want? Yes, you can.
Woo!
Listen, this is an argument every week because he is solid on that. I don't believe
we got about 4 minutes. You're telling me out of all of the women,
you can't find them though. They ain't around. You only got a certain amount of space.
You done searched all over.
Couldn't find nobody.
Search high and low.
Still couldn't find nobody.
I mean, listen to what we said.
And then the crazy part about it, Rob, and there's more women out here than men.
Remember we talked about
what?
There's more women out here than men.
Okay, so I said once before that there's more than one. I think I spoke about this. I believe there's more than one. You can have more than one soulmate, somebody that you actually connect with.
Here we go.
So my point is this. To that old point. I agree with what you're saying. I agree with what you said. They're out there,
More than one soulmate at a time.
So you
They're there.
so if you
They're
could,
there. You ain't gotta have
if
them.
you could live,
boy.
You ain't gotta have
Rob,
them. They're there.
So if you could live a poly marriage, you would do it.
If I could what?
Live a poly,
If God endorsed it,
if you could have a poly marriage right now, you're saying you would.
and if God endorsed
Yeah,
it,
no,
that's what I'm
yes or no.
That's part of the question. If God endorsed it,
Well, let me say it like this: there are certain people in some countries,
Yep.
okay, that they are Christians but still have more than one wife.
I said
in
if God
countries.
endorsed it. I didn't say Christian.
He's telling you the answer. He said if God endorses it,
The
yes.
Christian's not God.
He's saying yes if God endorses it. He telling
You're
you
saying that? If God endorses it, no, I couldn't do it. I'm not saying.
You're saying if God endorsed it, you
I
would.
don't know. I don't think because what
But
the
you said
tradition
there's more than one soulmate for you.
that don't mean you can have them.
Rob, you contradict
What's the definition of a
Bishop,
soul? No, hold on. What's the
he
definition of a
contradicted
soulmate?
Well, Bishop don't believe in soulmates.
What's
I don't believe in soulmates.
Okay,
So you asked the wrong question.
so what we say is a soulmate.
don't.
I don't either. But here's the point. We say one person.
But you just said
Okay, I'm gonna let me qualify that. Let me qualify that. Under the definition, I believe it. But the definition ain't right because I don't believe that there's only one person in this world of millions of people that only one person could have been your wife or your husband.
let me ask you a
That is
question.
impossible.
No, because I
but
don't
I'm
believe
saying
because I don't believe God sends spouses. So that would be
So,
correct.
I
don't-
agree.
I don't believe if that's the case, then I didn't have more than one.
right. So, but what I am saying, what I'm saying, the first one that you find, okay, that you do find and you marry her, then that should be your one. But I'm just saying, if she ain't the one, you can see one. How many soulmates did you pass up on?
And you have seen so many people when they got remarried again was saying, I messed up on my first one, but God saved you from me. I have heard so many people
You talking
that said
about
that when they
after
get
they
married
divorce?
again, after the divorce, they
I'm gonna
find
say
someone
something
else.
that's very controversial. And to close out these last couple of minutes.
Oh Lord.
My wife for 20 years, Bishop Kim. Shout out to her, great woman, even to this day. That was my right one for that time.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
So you trying to say, I thought, what happened to the forever ever? Ever.
I'm telling you my
For that
experience.
time. For that time.
I'm telling you my experience.
So then that give everybody a license to
No, it don't.
to tell. So, you know what? Our time
I'm
is
just
up
telling-
right
I'm
now.
just
No, but
telling
if
you-
it is up, it's
No,
up.
I'm telling you my reality. I can't talk about all that. I'm telling you what the and she said the same thing. We got each other to where we are today. She's very successful in what she does.
So you
She's
didn't waste her
because-
time.
I didn't
And
waste
she
her
didn't
time.
waste her time.
And we established that. That's why we still get along. We did not waste each other's time, even though it didn't work. I still say, and I ain't afraid of y'all. Send me these. I'm free. I ain't got no worship center. I ain't got no other church. I got my virtual church. They gonna stand by. They know me. This they pastor, and they gonna stand by it.
And they should.
I believe that for that time, Bishop Kim Davis was what I needed to get me where I'm at. She says the same thing.
And vice versa. Yeah.
And vice versa. But what was good for me then is not what I want now. I don't need that kind of person. I want somebody to love me at this point. Not that she didn't, but we were so busy building that wasn't even a priority.
Right.
Let's say if it was a priority, would you all be in a different place?
Probably so. Yeah, probably
He would
before.
have did 40 years. He would have if
Probably
he came.
before.
No. If y'all could have did both, y'all could have managed
saying.
both. Yeah, I'm saying if y'all could have managed
Oh
both.
yeah, but that was our fault. That was my fault. That was my fault. That was my fault. I should have slowed it down and took time to love each other. That was my fault. So
y'all never had date nights, none of that stuff, huh?
we did here and there, but even at that we talked business.
So that was the one that you were connected to for that time. For that time, that was your connection.
And don't try this at home. I'm not saying that this is right, but I'm saying this is
Yeah,
your
because
experience.
because you got to clarify that because you about to open up another
No,
can of worms.
I'm not saying
No, he
you
said
go,
it plain.
I'm
I
saying
hear
I
it.
said it plain. I said for me, that's what my experience after seeing my grandparents and Kara's here. She grew up with me in church. She managed the studio. She known my grandparents 60-something years. Probably the same story with her grandparents and her mother and father. Her father's
My
gone.
parents been together 54.
Yeah, but that's not my testimony. Unfortunately, I tried to make that my testimony. Even now, if I try now, accumulatively, it's not going to be my testimony. But I'm simply saying that what should have happened, we should have renegotiated the terms and condition.
Right.
And we should have brought in and said, okay, we've accomplished this. We've helped build a movement. We helped do this. And I've told the story over again. Now we need to bring in the love factor. Right. We need to see about one another. Sure. We need to put this on hold. Right. I'm not saying this should be everybody's ending. Don't try this at home. I'm just saying to you to quantify his statement that no, the one you got may not be the only one that was good for you.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
There's always somebody
That's
else.
all I was trying to say.
I just brought it around.
Yeah.
You know, because I want to be responsible with my statement.
Right.
I'm not saying that you do. Hey, I celebrate people that can stay together, and we're closing forever and ever. But that just happened, and it bothers me sometimes. And I did a video the other day telling people, no, I'm not doing these videos. And same with all of y'all that talk about relationship. All of y'all talk about it. But I'm out here now. In many cases, I do it so that you won't make the same mistake.
Right.
You know, there are people that get on and say, oh, well, he shouldn't talk about relationship. He done been married more than one time. And why would a single man talk about that?
That's stupid.
I should talk about it so you won't make the same mistakes. And that's why we gather these brothers. Right. We laugh, we joke, we disagree. Y'all see how I'm doing my closing? We laugh, we joke, we disagree. But don't let a man waste your time.
Absolutely.
One of the posts that almost went to 1 million was the post, and you remember Claiborne. You may remember Luther. It says, "Don't let a man play in your face."
Absolutely.
Don't let a man play in your face.
That's right.
Don't let him play in your face.
That's right.
Whether it's any of us, we've done it. They may not admit it. I've done it, knowing that I didn't want any more than what I wanted.
Absolutely.
Okay. You was a good time. And it wasn't even. I think when we say you only wanted what you wanted, we think it's just about sex. It's not. There's some great women that I enjoy just spending time with. And,
absolutely.
And before Christ.
Absolutely.
Before Christ. The sex may have been horrible, but it wasn't the deciding factor, because there are some men who really enjoy a woman's company, and believe it or not, the sex is not as important if I enjoy your company.
Absolutely. Now that's the truth.
Sooner or later, all them pills and blue, green, and Asian and all that stuff, it ain't gonna work.
That's right.
Speak for yourself, sir. Speak for yourself.
No, it becomes, when my grandparents, now I don't know, they was both Scorpios, so they probably was in there being nasty. They kept the door closed. But at the end of the day, Tez, you probably should have left out here. You didn't need to hear this. Anyway, at the end of the day, don't let a man play in your face. Don't let him waste your time. How do you make sure that he's not wasting your time? Continue going back to the drawing board and say, what is this? What are we doing?
Absolutely.
What is this? What are we doing? That's it.
Yep.
Reevaluate the
Yep.
circumstance, where we at. Okay, it's been 2 years. Hey, when you go past a year, you ought to be concerned.
Very
and that he ain't talking about.
Very concerned.
And you don't always have to bring it. A man that has good intentions will bring up the future before you have to ask about it.
You can close on that one.
I said a man that has great intentions. Oh, I'm true to this. He has great intentions. He's going to bring up the future before you even talk about the future. He'll talk about the house that y'all want to get. He'll talk about the cars that you want to drive.
Absolutely.
He'll talk about let's plan our vacation together. If he don't talk about you in the future, this is the closing, you don't have a future together. He's playing in your face, and he's wasting your time. I want to thank these brothers for being here. Prophet McKinstry first. Where can we find you at?
You can find me at Luther McKinstry everywhere on all social media platforms, and luthermckinstry.com.org. You can get my The Lord is Kind. And the reason why I say it's nothing like the King kindness.
Bishop?
Michael Claiborne on all social media platform, as well as michaelclaiborne.com. And you can go to my website, pick up all my books that I have out there on marriage, as well as my clothing line, from hats to sneakers. I am life, living in fullness every day.
Also, you have a podcast.
My new podcast.
Broadcasting from here.
We'll be coming from Groundbreaker Studio. I'm so excited about it. It's called Marriage Made Better. We're going to be helping some marriages win in this season. So, yeah, I'm grateful.
Rob?
At Inspirational Rob. At Inspirational
And he is
Rob.
inspirational. Follow him.
On all social media platforms. You can also find me on me and my twin brothers podcast. It's called Spiritual and cigars. Spiritual and cigars.
All right, Pastor.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Listen, make sure you support them. Get Prophet McKinstry's The Lord Was Kind. Participate in, hey, he's making marriages better. That's Prophet Claiborne, Inspiration Rock. Let me tell you, no telling where you're going to see him run around. Hey! Support me. Make sure you go get the book bundle. All 4 of my books are on sale for $75. The Go With God gear is available also. I want to thank our engineer, producer, executive, and all that. Ray, thank you so much. Tez, our intern, and Miss Kara, who manages the studio. We'll be back with more episodes. Make sure you share and like this. And that's groundbreaking.